Hey everyone. Whew. I am glad this election is almost over. Even I'm tired of all the politics. I had a theory about a year ago that many of my friends and family dismissed readily, but it's starting to sound a little more plausible now. I looked at the list of nominees for the Republican Party during the primary elections and thought, wow, none of these guys has a widespread appeal. I mean, certainly some of them were likable to specific groups. Huckabee is very personable, but his religious affiliation just puts him too far out of the mainstream. Mitt Romney, also another one, a real likable, marketable candidate, but being a Mormon limits his appeal as well. McCain, I didn't even think was a possibility, really. I mean, his appeal is very limiting. Could there be a candidate less exciting? So I thought, well, here's the strategy of the Republican Party. They don't want to win the 2008 election. They have 8 years of these policies that are destroying our economy. I mean, basically all the deficit spending, this war that's costing a fortune, all of this was the overinflated housing market, all of this was something that was bound to come crashing down. And so my thought was that if they let the Democrats take control, people being fairly short-sighted and not really understanding how things come to be would blame the Democrats when all of the mistakes of the last 8 years come crashing down in the next 4. And, you know, I kind of threw this idea around and everyone told me, no, there's no political party that can intentionally lose an election. Anyone who's played on a sports team can relate. To intentionally lose the game, to throw the game, you know, it's not really something you can bring yourself to do. But you might not necessarily play your best game. You might not play as hard as you can if there is some incentive to not win. Well, judging from the way things are going, and certainly this election is not over, it seems like the Republicans are not putting their best candidate forward. They're not putting forward their best game. I mean, the choices have been terrible. I mean, besides McCain himself, the selection of Sarah Palin? That's suspect in and of itself. So, the most recent thing, John McCain started running advertisements of Barack Obama, praising him. I don't even remember what the issue was, but he praised him and Joe Lieberman for, you know, some work they'd done on alternative energy or something. I don't even remember what it was. And I thought, okay, first of all, you're trying to discredit this guy. You say he pals around with terrorists. You say he's a socialist. You say all these terrible things about him. So why would you then want his endorsement effectively? In fact, the ad says more about Obama than it does about McCain. It's like all these negative ads that McCain has run, and now here's an ad showing Obama as this dignified guy who can respect his opponent's work. I thought the ad made Obama look really good. So it really leads me back to my original theory. Do the Republicans really want to win this election? I think the answer might be no. I mean, of course they would like to win, but I don't think that they're putting their best game forward. After all, whoever controls the presidency, the House, and the Senate during the next 4 years will be blamed when all of the failed policies of the last 8 years come crashing down on us in the next 4 years, which they will. So maybe it's not such a bad strategy after all. Thanks for watching.